Okay, let's be real. If you have a job, you're thinking about AI. It feels like it's everywhere, right? It's gone from this, sci-fi idea to something that's in the news every single day. But what does it actually mean for us, for our jobs, for the skills we need, for our future? That's exactly what we're going to unpack here.
And this question really gets right to the heart of it all. Is AI just a better tool, a superpowered calculator that's just meant to make us work faster, or is it something bigger, something that fundamentally changes the kind of work we do? That's the real tension we're going to dig into.
All right, part one, AI, the productivity engine. So let's start with what we all kind of know, right? The most familiar ground. For most businesses, the first thing they think of with AI is just pure productivity. It's a machine for getting more done. It's all about taking the stuff we already do and just cranking the dial up to make it bigger, better, and a whole lot faster.
Now, when we talk about this, I mean the scale is just staggering. A recent McKinsey report, it found that a whopping 92%. Think about that, almost everybody. 92% of companies are planning to pump more money into AI. This isn't just some passing trend. No way. This is a fundamental shift in how business is done. The race for efficiency, it is absolutely on.
So what does this actually look like on the ground? Well, let's take something we all know and, dread, the weekly sales report. You know the drill. Before AI, you've got a team spending hours pulling data from 10 different places, wrestling with spreadsheets, just trying to make sense of it all. But now, an automated system can spit that out in minutes. And here's the kicker. It can even spot trends and insights a human might have totally missed. Now that's the power we're talking about.
And hey, this isn't just some theory. Check out these real-world examples. There's an insurance group marker study that started using an AI app to summarize calls. The result? They saved an incredible 56,000 hours in a single year. Or how about Quilter, a wealth management firm? They're using AI for meeting notes, and it's saving their investment managers 45 minutes per meeting. That's time they can now spend on what really matters, their actual clients.
Part 2, Human plus AI, the partnership. Okay, so AI makes us faster. Got it. But this is where things get really interesting. And honestly, it's where a lot of the fear starts to creep in, isn't it? We have to move past seeing AI as just a tool for doing things faster and start thinking of it as a partner.
And here it is, the big one. The question that's probably in the back of everyone's mind. Is what I do obsolete? I mean, if a machine can analyze an X-ray better than a doctor, or write a legal brief, then what's the point of human expertise? Are we literally just training our own replacements? It's a totally valid thing to worry about, but the reality is a lot more complex than that.
So to help answer that, some researchers over at MIT Sloan came up with this really brilliant framework. It's called EPOCH. And what it does is it pinpoints 5 core human skills where AI, it just can't keep up. We're talking about empathy, presence, opinion, creativity, and hope. And listen, these are not just soft skills anymore. In a world with AI, these are your superpowers. They become your most valuable assets, period.
And this quote from David Otter, an economist at MIT, just hits the nail on the head. He says there are 2 ways to look at AI. 1, machines make us irrelevant. Or 2, machines make us more useful. And he thinks that second one has a lot going for it. And what's so powerful about that is it reminds us that the tech itself isn't our destiny. Our future isn't something we have to predict, it's something we have to design. The whole point isn't replacement, it's about making us better.
All right, part 3, making collaboration work. So, if we agree the future is this human-AI partnership, the big question is, how do we actually do that, right? Because it's not as simple as just buying the newest software and hoping it all works out. Nah, getting this right takes a really thoughtful, strategic plan.
Look, successful AI isn't about luck. The research shows it really boils down to 3 key things. First, you gotta have clear goals. Don't just chase the shiny new toy. Figure out what real problem you're trying to solve. Second, data quality is everything. An AI is only as smart as the data you feed it. Simple as that. And third, you have to build AI literacy. Your whole team needs to get what these tools can do, and just as importantly, what they can't do.
And holding all of this together is a kind of nerdy but super important concept called interoperability. Basically, it's the plumbing that makes everything work together. It's what lets your new AI sales tool talk to your old customer database, or your finance bot talk to your HR system. Without it, you don't have a smart, collaborative system. You just have a messy pile of disconnected apps.
Okay, part 4, beyond better, transformation. So we've talked about doing things faster, and we've talked about humans and AI working together. But now we get to the really mind-bending part.
The most revolutionary piece of the puzzle, transformation. This isn't just about doing old stuff better. This is about doing brand new things that you literally could not do before.
And this quote from Christopher S. Penn just says it all, doesn't it? Optimizing for a faster horse when someone else has a car is not a winning strategy. I mean, think about that. If all you're doing with AI is making your old process 10% faster, you're just building a faster horse. Meanwhile, your competitor, they're inventing the automobile. True transformation means you have to think completely differently.
And here's the crazy part. A lot of the time, this transformation starts with something purely human. So picture this. You've got a photograph from a team dinner. It's not just pixels on a screen, right? It's the memory of that conversation, the feeling of that shared joke, that sense of connection. It's an idea that has a pulse.
Now here's where the magic happens. You can take that photo with all those memories and that feeling baked into it, and you can give it to one of these new AIs. And you can say, hey, translate the emotion of this photo into a piece of music. What you get back isn't just a better photo, it's a song. That's a literal transformation. You've taken one idea and expressed it in a completely new way.
And this kind of thing isn't just for making art either. It can solve real, physical problems. I heard about a guy who just pointed his iPad at his leaky furnace. The AI had already read the furnace manual, so it looked at the video, diagnosed the problem, and told him, hey, just tighten that valve right there. And boom, problem solved. That's AI acting like an expert you can call on any time, interacting with the actual world. Part 5. Redefining your role. Okay, so we've gone through optimization, augmentation, and this wild idea of transformation. So what does all this mean for you, for your career? Well, the answer isn't to try and compete with AI. It's about figuring out how to redefine your role with it. So let's wrap this up. What are the big takeaways here? First, AI isn't just one thing. It starts with making things faster, but it ends with creating things that were impossible before. Second, as the boring, routine stuff gets automated, our human skills, that EPOCH stuff, empathy, creativity, they become more valuable than ever. And maybe most importantly, the future isn't set in stone. It's not something we wait for. It's something we have to build.
And that really brings us to the final question, the one for you to think about. The core of who you are, your expertise, your creativity, your unique way of seeing the world, that stuff doesn't go away. In fact, it becomes more important than ever. It's the starting point for everything. So the real question is this: with these absolutely incredible new tools in your hands, what are you going to build? How are you going to use AI to express your ideas in ways you never even imagined?